What's up, guys? Hello and welcome. My name is Nick Burnham, or Nostalgic One, and this is a very different kind of video than I've ever made before. Actually, it is still obviously, related to the Wizardry 8 Let's Play on Expert that is continuing, and we've gotten really far this year so far, and I want to keep that train going. But those of you that have been watching me regularly, and this video is mainly for you, will have noticed that I'm sort of stalling in the game right now. I'm making some progress, but mostly I'm just hack and slashing my way through some areas and getting to places that are much too difficult for me right now, and having to go back and try and poke and prod at the world somewhere else, and that's not really working out. So last week I took some time with the guide and the internet, and for a few hours sat down and was like, okay, we're gonna plan out the rest of this Let's Play, because otherwise I don't know if it's ever gonna get finished, and I really want to finish it. I feel like I owe it to myself and to you guys and YouTube and my self-esteem in general to push through. And we've blasted through a big chunk of the game. We're probably about halfway through, but for the last half of the game, which is exceedingly difficult in some areas, especially on Expert, I feel it's going to be difficult. I wanted to make a plan of attack for the rest of the game, just to make sure that I knew what we were supposed to be doing, and that you guys can get a clue in on just my idea for the rest of the game, and you guys can comment and see if you agree or whatnot. For those of you that know the game extremely well and have played through it a few times, this will most likely not be new information to you. You'll probably know all of this, in this video may not be for you, but for those of you that are invested and don't know that much about the end of this game and how convoluted some parts of it are, I think this will be good for you, and hopefully get rid of some of your doubts, if any of you have them. So this is mainly for you guys who have been following for a while now and want to see the end of the game, and I really think this is going to be at least a cool exercise. So without further ado, let's get into the plan. Alright, so this is it. It's a lot of bullet points, and it's not that detailed, but I think it's going to be some good guidelines. Obviously, I think I'm going to have my guide with me when I'm actually playing through the game, but this should keep us on track, I think. And I'm sorry for some of these giant spaces in here. Whatever. Formatting. Okay. So first off, I want to optimize the inventory for the party and all the characters in it. The party inventory and the characters inventory all together, because I don't feel like I've taken the time to really do that. We've done a lot of inventory management and selling stuff and trying to get some better equipment for the party, obviously, but we haven't really spread out all the potions like they should be, and I'm sure we can consolidate a lot of ammo and that kind of stuff. So first off, I'll probably be doing that. I don't know if I'll make a video about it. If I do, it'll probably be a one-off and maybe not that interesting for you guys, but it's necessary as part of this game. Next, we have to go back to Martin's Bluff, because there's something I forgot to pick up there, and I knew it was there, but I just didn't remember how to get to it. And there's a lot of little things like that in this plan that you'll see. In the East Guard Tower is where Martin's idol is, and and if you I should have said this before, if you're worried about spoilers, you obviously shouldn't be watching this video, because this kind of details the end of the game and exactly what happens, but I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm doing. Anyway, so we need to steal Martin's idol, and when that happens, somebody will kidnap one of your party members, and it's totally at random. But I believe it's one of your main party members. It's not going to be an NPC like Vi or RFS81. But yeah, they get stolen, but we need Martin's idol to finish the game. So that has to happen. Then we have to go back to the swamp, and obviously Croc is the one that has taken one of our party members, so we'll need to talk to him, and you have a choice here. We can either kill Croc or the giant frog called the Brekik that he wants you to kill for him, and when you do that, you will get your party member back. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to kill Croc straight up or just go do what he wants. We might do both, because he does have some gear behind him in that shop that we could go take. But Croc is a really good vendor, especially for that area in the game. There's not a lot else besides him in that area, other than, you know, going to talk to the Trang, and they don't have that much. So I think we'll probably keep him alive. I don't know. I don't think the gear is really worth it that much. After that, we need to go back to Trenton, because there's a lot of stuff I haven't gone and done in Trenton, mostly because I didn't remember how. I knew that we left a lot there, but there's so many like complicated things you have to do in the trees, and it's very confusing to get around because all the trees look the same. We're going to go back and do that, and we're going to go to the zoo and kill Bobo the Hagar, because I know I didn't do that on camera before. Is that correct? I think that's right. I'll have to go back and look. But I noted that, and we're getting some of his items. There's a silver ball, actually, in his pen that we need for the spaceship in Arnica. And I don't exactly remember what that does right at the moment, but I know it does something. Then we have to buy the mystery potion from Fuzzfast. I might have done this already. I don't think so, though. Then you can enter Martin's house in Trenton with the idol. And I know there's some stuff we can pick up in there. And then we have to go back to the pagoda, which is the area where you can't cast spells. The guide has all these names for places that aren't in the game, but just make it easier to get through. So that's where I'm getting a lot of these names from, like East Guard Tower and Hall of Pagoda and whatever, West Hall of Pagoda. So to reach the 7th bow, I forgot about this, but we have to go... I think Martin's house actually tells you how to reach the 7th bow. I think that's how that works. I don't remember. We have to eat the Zuzu petals, drink the mystery potion, and then when you do that, you reach the 7th bow, which is like the spiritual enlightenment. And a shaman appears, and you have to give it to him, and he will tell you some more stuff about what you're supposed to do to get the Destiny Dominus and that kind of stuff. Now, I forgot how to cross the broken bridge before, and if you remember that video, you actually have to find some vines in, I think it's in the pagoda. I know it's in Trenton. I don't think we've picked them up yet, so I'll probably have to find them. You have to merge some vines together, and I know we haven't done a lot of merging so far in the playthrough because it's something I always forget about in this game, that you can actually put objects together. And it's kind of a weird system because it's mostly just a lot of trial and error, especially for gadgeteers. Like, you don't, unless you have a guide, you wouldn't know which things can be put together unless you try everything. So, but we have to go kill the Ratkin breeders and get the Astral Domine from the mob, the rat mob. You know, that's absolutely essential. We can't finish the game without the Astral Domine, obviously. So that will complete Madras's quest, and after that we will be able to recruit him. I'm thinking we will, because we don't really... I mean, RFS 81 is doing really well, but I think a Gadgeteer might be more useful. So I'm thinking about doing that, and we have to get the Helm of Serenity in Trenton as well, because without the Helm of Serenity, when we pick up the Destiny Dominus, all of our characters will go insane permanently, and that is bad, obviously. In order to alleviate that, you have to have one character in your party hold the Destiny Dominus and wear the Helm of Serenity at all times, pretty much for the rest of the game, which is kind of cool, I think. That the Destiny Dominus just has so much knowledge that it drives you insane. It's very Lovecraftian. Anyway, so after that, we're going to go back to the swamp, and I was trying to remember where the back entrance was into Martin's Bluff in the Trang headquarters, and it's actually in that area where RFS 81 was, and there's a minecart back there. You take that through the mines, and I think that will let us be able to activate the teleporter. That gets us in behind the Trang assassins, and you know, that little room with the very high-powered characters that we don't want to fight. So I want to go back and do that, so we have access to that teleporter. Alright, after that we're going to probably warp back to Arnica, because we have that portal set there. We're going to warp back there and talk to Anton and see if we can craft any of his special weapons, because those are really strong, and I think we have a lot of the materials now. That steelhide or crocodile that we fought in the swamp just recently had one of his crafting items. I think it was just called steelhide or whatever. So we'll go do that, and then we're going to go back to Mount Gygus, because there are two ways, and the game kind of diverges here. You can either enter the sea caves where Martin's ghost is through Mount Gygus or through the swamp. And the only way we've tried so far is the swamp, and obviously that was not going so well with all of those Rinjin and hexing the entire party and killing us off really effortlessly, unfortunately. So we're going to go back to Mount Gygus and try doing it that way, and that'll be easy because we have the teleporter activated on our Nika Road. So we'll go back to the upper caves, and I couldn't remember where Rubble was before to do that other Umpani quest, but we're going to meet Rubble in the gunnery range. We have to do that to progress anyway. At least the Umpani storyline, we have to do that. And we'll talk to Rubble, and he'll let us shoot some stuff off in the gunnery range, and that'll finish that quest. And then we get to go talk to General Ymir in his quarters, so that will be open to us. We'll have that next tier of the key card, and after that we'll be getting some rebreathers. I think that's what they're called. Anyway, they let your party breathe underwater, basically, so you can go through the sea caves and swim through the entire thing, which is kind of a cool portion of the game, especially because this is the area where Nessie is, who looks exactly like the Loch Ness Monster, but is very, very tough. I don't remember what level she is exactly, but I remember she is very hard. We probably won't be able to beat her when we get there. That'll probably be something I save for later, but we'll see. I'll definitely be making a video probably just about fighting Nessie. So we'll go through the sea caves. We'll get the black box from the crashed Tigardi ship that is there, and we'll pick up the Destiny Dominus and talk to Martin, and that'll give us a crap ton of experience points, which will be awesome. There are some pretty tough enemies in that area, and a few puzzles that I might be referring to the guide to from time to time, but it should be okay. That black box will allow us to activate the Arnica ship, and we'll be able to tell where the Dark Savant's ship is, so we can shoot it down later. Now you can choose to side either with the Trang or the Umpani to, basically destroy one or the other. Depends on who you pick. There's also a third option, and the guide mostly focuses on the main two options of killing one or the other, but there is a peaceful option where if you go back to the wilderness clearing, which is normally empty, I believe, where we were, I think we were there earlier, there's actually a Rapex camp moved in, and they are the ones that have kidnapped Roseanne and Drazik from the Umpani and the Trang, and if we kill all those Rapex and we're able to save those two, that should give us the peaceful ending for the Trang and Umpani, so they'll agree to work together, and we'll be able to finish the game without having to murder one race or the other, which I'm happy about that is in the game at all. I think there's some broken quests with the Rapex, like Queen or something in that area too, if I remember. It's been so long since I was there, but I remember fighting through all those guys. It's a pain, but I think it'll be worth it. So after that is pretty much the end game. To finish, we need to go to Rapex Rift again and fight through those guys, and that'll take us to the castle where we have to fight a lot more Rapex until we reach Alcedexis. And with Alcedexis, you choose one of your party members to basically sleep with her and for a night, and she gets impregnated, and she will have your child later on, and you will have to fight that demon child later. We'll have to kill Alcedexis as well, which is always a fun battle. But yeah, so that happens, and after that, I believe you are allied with the Rapex. I think that's how that works. Um, but a lot of that stuff is really basic. So we go to Ascension Peak, and we'll talk to. Oh man, I forgot already. The dragon, demon lady, whatever her name is, starts with a B. I don't remember at the moment. Should have made it in the notes. Anyway, it's not that important because all this stuff is pretty straightforward. And after that, of course, we go to the Cosmic Circle. After we can only go to the Cosmic Circle after we have shot down the Dark Savant's ship. Actually, I'm just remembering, because if you try, even if you have all 3 artifacts, if you try to go to the Cosmic Circle without destroying, sorry, we need to destroy the Dark Savant's tower in Arnica. That's what I meant. If you do not destroy the tower before going to the Cosmic Circle, this is so complicated, then he will set off his bomb after he leaves for the Cosmic Circle, because you meet him there, of course. He gets there a split second before you, just like some 90s cartoon or something. And he's like, fuck you guys, and I'll see you later. And he blows up the entire planet of Dominus. And that is one ending, it's an acceptable ending to the game. But if you want one of the true endings, or a much better ending to the game, more satisfying ending, you have to go to the Dark Savant's tower and wipe out a lot of his troops and solve a puzzle and turn the bomb off. Which is not that difficult. It's just, some busy work. Those troops in there, I remember being very underleveled compared to my guys the last time I was there. So that should be okay. I think there are like some giant Savant troopers in there too, which is kind of cool. But after that, we'll finish the game, and I'll show you probably every possible ending, maybe. I don't know if I'll make a video for each. Maybe I'll take a vote on it. I don't know. A lot of this stuff looks really straightforward. It's a lot of fighting. It takes a long time. But after that, there's still stuff left to do in the game, I want to go back and kill Nessie, if we haven't already by that time. And then I said earlier that I want to do all the Easter egg dungeons, and I want to try to do that. Even if we go into next year in 2016, I'm okay with that. So there are 3 Easter egg dungeons in the game that are really straightforward dungeon crawls, old school style with teleporters and that kind of stuff. And they are in the Northern Wilderness, the Cemetery, and the Mountain Wilderness. And I showed you guys the Cemetery. I didn't show you the dungeon, obviously, but I showed you how to access it, sort of. I showed you the runes on the gravestones. So we'll go do all 3 of those, and then we're going to go back to the church and do that crazy hard battle with the Sorceress Queen, or whatever she was, and the big Death Knight looking guys. And then I'm thinking, now this is kind of ambitious, I'm thinking after that we'll be so powerful, and there will be very little left to do in the game, really, that we might just go through and try and kill every NPC in the game and see what those battles are like, because I think that might be kind of fun. Now, they aren't going to scale to us, I don't think, and we're going to attract a lot of attention from the guards in Arnica in particular, and the Trinis probably, and that kind of stuff. But I think it's possible. I've never seen anybody do that before. I don't know if anyone has ever tried. I'm sure someone has done it, with all the free time and how long this game has been out, but I think that could be kind of cool. So that is my really rough guide for the end of the game and what I plan on doing. If you guys have any suggestions or tips or questions, comments, any of that stuff, you can leave it in the comment section of the video, or hit me up on Twitter or Twitch or any of that stuff. I'm really available. But I really wanted to make this plan for you guys and show you just what I'm thinking with the end of the game. Because it is complicated, and the end of the game is kind of a whirlwind of stuff. How long do I think this is going to take? Man. I would be surprised if it didn't take another 25 hours, and I'm being totally serious about that. It might be less, but I want to say 20, at least 20. Yeah, I would say at least 20 hours to do all this. That might even be optimistic. I don't know, but plan on a lot of videos to come. It's not going to be slapdash go finish the game. This is really the bigger half of the game so far, and we have one of the artifacts already, but that was the easiest to get, pretty much. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm excited. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to make a video again. Probably Wednesday I will stream. I want to finish The Wolf Among Us before I'm streaming Wizardry 8 again. Maybe I'll just record it by myself and you guys can see some of that. Maybe I'll do like an inventory video to show you guys what all we've collected so far, if you guys are interested in that. So yeah, I am Nicker Nostalgic One. As always, you can reach me on Twitter at ncburnham, on YouTube, of course, on Twitch at twitch.tv/nostalgic1. And man, I'm excited. I will talk to you guys later. Okay? Bye-bye.